Hi folks, welcome to session number 8, part 2 of my Blender training. In the first part, we've seen how to separate out mesh parts of an object and also join the mesh parts. And also, I've taken a look at symmetric mesh modeling using the mirror modifier. Okay, and some mesh modeling tools. Okay, now in this part 2, we will see how to load up image planes. Okay, so so in Blender we need to bring in an image, right? So I found this nice reference images on this website over here. Okay, navigate to Mini Cooper and new Mini. Okay, so I just did a screen capture of this and saved it as a PNG image. Okay, and in Blender, before I do anything, I switch my unit display to metric because the reference image, right, if you look, it uses dimensions in millimeters. Okay, so 3626 millimeters, so that's the length of the car, okay, on the x-axis, and 1925 millimeters, that's the width of the car on the y-axis, and the height of the car is 1416 millimeters on the z-axis. Okay, so that's good. Now let me change this timeline into a UV image editor. Okay, I also want to take down some nodes, okay, inside my Blender file, so I'll click and split this view and change it into a text editor, add a new file. So here I can copy and paste this link. Okay, that's very handy. And then open this image. Okay, switch to thumbnails and car and open. Okay, let's move these objects to another layer. Okay, now the default cube in Blender, right, okay, has some dimensions. So let's take a look at those dimensions. See, uh, the x dimension is 2 meters and the y dimension is 2 meters and the z dimension is 2 meters. Okay, um, so let's move this cube, okay, up and press 1. Okay, the dimensions don't change because the distance between the vertices has not changed. Okay, and move the origin to 3D cursor. Okay, so just assume this to be your car. Okay, now let's get these values here. Okay, now if you see, this is the top view and this is the front view and this is the side view. So in the front view, you'll know the length of the car is 3626 mm, so that's my x dimension. So I'll click and type 3626 mm, right, and the height of the car is 1416 mm. Okay, so that's z 1416 mm. Okay, and then the width of the car is 1925 mm, so 1925 mm. So that's the bounding box, okay, of our car. Okay, now we need to basically add image planes in the top front, okay, top, front and the right view, and fit this model, okay, or rather resize this image so that it fits inside this space. Okay, because we know that this particular box here has the proper dimensions of the car, which we got from the reference image. One more note, so here you'll see separate units. So when I click this, the reading says 3 meters 62 3.6 centimeters. So if I uncheck this, it will just say 3.626 meters. Okay, and if I choose units as none, okay, you get some arbitrary value. So it's always good. I prefer modeling using this metric thing on. Okay, so things are dimensionally correct. All right, so our car bounding box is placed on the ground. Okay, now the next step is to import the image planes. So let's switch to the top view and ortho. Okay, and in the view properties panel, right, we have this background images. Let me just minimize this. So let's enable this and add an image. Now you can have different images in different views, okay, or different parts of an image in different view anyway. So let me switch to the top view because this is top ortho, and point to the image. Since we have already loaded the image in the UV editor, it's accessible here. Otherwise you will just open it and bring in the image. Okay, so car. Now you'll notice that this image is out of scale. Okay, but since we know that this box, okay, has the proper dimensions, we need to match this image, okay, the portion of the image to fit in this box, right? So let's do that. Now I'm in the top view and this is the top view image, right? So let me move this. Okay, okay, and then play with the size. Okay, it'll take you some time. Okay, to move these values in nice increments, hold on the shift key and then drag the sliders. Okay, something like this. It's a little, okay, 3.3. Okay, yeah, so you get the idea, right? So all right, okay, so this is done. The top side is done. Now let's switch to the front view, right? In the front view we need to add one more add image for the front view and choose this. Okay, now this scale, okay, will this size will be the same. So I'll just control C. Okay, just put the mouse on this button and control C and control V over here. Okay, now it's just a matter of moving this image to fit. All right, and the Y dimension will be the same if I'm not wrong. So let's control C and control V. Oh no, okay, so there you go. All right, okay, um, maybe a little bit more. All right, okay, so that's the front part. Now switch to the right view and I'll copy this, control C, add one more, and this is the right view and control V and move this. Okay, that's the nice thing about having a good reference image, okay, with proper dimensions and making use of the metric system display, right? We can easily match things. Sometimes the reference image may not be properly aligned. In this case everything is properly aligned. Okay, so it's very easy to get a good fit. There you go. So now let's let's switch to quad view and enable box. Okay, view selected. So now you'll notice, okay, everything is set. And again, remember I mapped the Q hotkey to view selected. Right click, change shortcut. Okay, I can map it to shift Q if I want. Okay, so now shift Q selects. Okay, so now from here, okay, you can start your process of modeling this car. Okay, that's not for this tutorial. You can find some nice tutorials online for modeling a car. I don't have the time to do it, and but you learned how to bring in reference images and setting up these view planes. All right, so that's the end of session 8 part 2. Okay, again I'll be uploading these videos on my YouTube playlist as well, and also on my website. Okay, if you have any comments, please drop me an email. Okay, my email is over here, and also you can drop a comment on this. Okay, also I would like to point you to the Blender knowledge base Facebook group. Okay, I had created this some time back, about 3 months back. So we have around 255 members. Okay, asking questions, posting links, and just getting to interact with folks, Blender folks around the world. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. Thank you, and see you in the next session.